Welcome to the Hawks Nest, the home for all your Hawks and NBL news. I'm your host, Glenn Saville. We've got a great show for you this week. Our panel guests are Hawks imports Rotnei Clarke and Kevin Tiggs. Also joining us on the panel from andthefoul.net is Nat Sullivan. Now let's start with a roundup of all the top news stories from around the league. Perth Wildcats have jumped out to an undefeated 5-0 record, with James Ennis leading the league in scoring with 24 points a game. Will anybody challenge him for MVP? Or does playing for a stacked perennial powerhouse take away his importance? Also impressing is rookie big man Tom Jervis. Three-peat defending champions New Zealand Breakers are off to a slow 1-3 start and seem to have hit panic stations. They've released import Darnell Lazar and replaced him with their former big man, Gary Wilkinson. Wilkinson left the club to play in Estonia, where he was named MVP. Most recently, he was playing in Puerto Rico. Former Richmond AFL great and blowhard Kevin Bartlett's comments sparked uproar when he said the league was close to death on Melbourne radio recently. These comments came on the back of Melbourne Tigers forward Tommy Greer's candid opinion piece in The Age. Many of the game's supporters and players have come back swinging, including Melbourne Tigers' Mark Worthington and Adelaide's Anthony Petrie. Clearly, Bartlett hasn't been paying attention, as crowds at NBL games have been going up for 4 seasons, with Perth drawing crowds of 10,000 for almost every home game. TV ratings doubled in round 1 this year compared to last year, and the league has attracted a range of overseas talent, including NBA draft pick James Ennis, college star Rotnei Clarke, not to mention Karen Johnson, Jesse Sanders and Scott Morrison. The best way to combat this misconception, if you're watching the show and you love the NBL, bring a friend or a family member to the game and show them what the league is all about. In Hawks news, the boys have won their 1,000th and first home game of the season against the Townsville Crocs 85-81. Before the game, the Hawks honoured their former players, including the 1979 Illawarra Hawks team and the 2001 Championship team, myself included. The Hawks also retired Melvin Thomas's number 33 jersey. We'll have more on that later in the show. For all you NBL Dream Team participants, why not join our Hawks Nest with Sav Group to see how you go against other fans of the show. Each episode will be announcing this week's highest scorers and the overall leaders. Your Wollongong Hawks are on the road against Perth Friday before backing up to play the New Zealand Breakers at home on Sunday the 3rd of November for a 2 p.m. tip-off. It's family day, so bring the whole family down to the Wynn Entertainment Centre, as there'll be plenty of fun and activities for the kids. Get your tickets at ticketek.com.au. Now let's have a look at all the results from round 3 and the ladder standings so far. As we've mentioned, the Hawks played a historic 1,000th game over the weekend. We sent our Hawks Nest field correspondent Asa Schuster to the game, where he caught up with Hawks great Melvin Thomas and Crocs assistant coach and former Hawk Mike Kelly, as well as sneaking backstage into the locker room to bring us back something special.
We found Melbourne. Congrats.
Oh, thank you very much.
Is it going to get emotional tonight, you think?
Well, I'm going to try not to take it to that, but, you know, stuff happens. All
right, I got Larry Bird, Patrick Ewing, Scottie Pippen.
Oh, I'm right up there with them, baby. I'm right there with them.
33.
It's only fitting.
That's it. Can you tell me about when you first got to Wollongong, some of your expectations, maybe not knowing much about the league, not knowing about Wollongong, and now we're here this many years later getting your number retired?
Oh, man, I have no idea. You know, I was fresh off the plane coming from France, and, you know, I thought it'd just be, a year here, a year there, and, you know, it turned out that I stuck here in Australia, and I wouldn't change anything about it.
This place is really special. I know it was special before I got here, but when I was here, I felt really good about the whole community and the team, and we had a great group of guys, and I think that's, from what I remember, it's always been a close-knit team.
And can you just tell us about this little thing behind us?
Oh, that's the shit right there. That's what it's all about, you know. We had a pretty decent ball club that year, you know. Me, Charles Thomas, Damon Lowry, Sal, Matt. You know, it was a really good year. I think we played better on the road than we did at home. And, you know, it's very fitting that Townsville is actually here tonight.
Deep down, you want to see the Hawks win, though, right? Tonight.
I want to see the Hawks be successful in the big picture. Whether that starts tonight, we'll see.
This is a very, very special night for the Hawks. Obviously, 1,000 games for the club. And one of the things we're extremely proud of is that fact that we're the only foundation club that's still existing in the league. 5 years ago, when we started up again, we continued a tradition which was way back of when someone plays their first game for the Hawks, they get presented with their jersey for their first game at home. Okay? And what we do is we always ask for some past players or past people from the club who've made a significant contribution. And tonight we've probably got the who's who of really the Hawks history. These guys have set the benchmark in years gone by. The baton's been passed over to us, and it's now our to have that challenge to continue that very proud tradition.
Welcome back to the show. This week on the panel, we have Hawks Imports Rotnei Clarke and Kevin Tiggs, and from andthefoul.net, Nat Sullivan. Welcome to the show, boys. Rotnei, firstly with you. Good to open the account against Townsville on Saturday night.
Yeah, it was good to get a win, especially being at home with a a special occasion, honoring guys like yourself. And
why, thank you.
No problem. Gotta show some respect. But it was good to do it in front of our crowd.
And Kevin, some great impact off the bench. How are you liking your role so far?
So far, so good. I mean, I feel like I bring that to the team. I mean, but like I was saying, I mean, a pretty different team from what I usually plan on. So, it feels good to come off the bench and just give a spark to
Played in the Ukraine, France, Cyprus.
Oh, yeah.
What do you have to say about those places?
It's different. How you say we play different from here? I mean, far as when I was in the Ukraine, we had more imports on the floor, so it was a total different style of basketball. But as far as France, it was pretty much slower. It was way slower. So here, like we say, we like to get up and down. So
it's pretty up-tempo. I wouldn't have been able to handle that kind of stuff. I did notice you picking up the ball full court. There hasn't been a swingman for the Hawks to do that for 20 years.
Man. Hard work.
Huh?
Hard work. I like it.
And Rotnei, probably haven't seen you banging the three-pointers that we would like to see, but I really like the way that you were getting to the rim and getting the finish the other night.
Yeah, I mean, when my three's not going down, I've took my opportunities being aggressive and getting to the hole, and that not only opens things up for me, but it creates for others. And when I get my shot, finally when I can get my shot going, it'll just open up that driving to the hole even more, I think.
And in Gordy's system, a lot of on balls out there, big fellas like Laz rolling to the bucket. Your options are open there.
Yeah.
Not only the jacket, but to dish it.
Right.
Nice little one behind the back.
Yeah, especially when we have bigs that can really shoot the ball, so that really helps us out a lot.
Yeah, and boys are off to play Perth. Nat, your thoughts on them? I'm guessing I know you're going to talk about.
Yeah, Wildcats. They're all right, I guess. Leading the league. It'd be pretty tough. I don't know if you guys heard anything about Perth, but pretty much if you're playing in a Hawks uniform, you pretty much hate them. So I guess Kevin's got a big task coming up, going against James Innes. Have you heard anything about him? Or?
Not really. I mean, I heard that he's playing very good, and that's just about it.
Well, you are heading into a pretty tough environment, boys. Has anyone mentioned to you what it might be like over there? They do draw some pretty big crowds these days.
Yeah, the guys have talked a little bit about it. They said there's a couple guys that are crazy the entire game. They yell some crazy stuff. But they said it's a great environment to play in, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, they won't be yelling, Sav, you're a wanker anymore. I know that. Sure. They'll be probably saying it to maybe someone else. Now, your former coach at Butler University is coaching the Celtics. Have you stayed in contact with him?
Definitely have. A lot,
so you can get a gig there?
It'd be a good thing to do. But no, he's kept in contact with me since I've left, and he does a real good job with that with all his players. But I can't really talk to him easily just because of the phones and everything. But he's got Viber app, and he's texting me back and forth a lot. So,
Rotney, we've landed this photo of you rolling into training. Please explain.
Oh man!
Did you have time? You were that in a hurry?
The thing was, I had my shorts in my bag, and I was heading downstairs to pick this guy up, and I thought, okay, they're in my bag. I'm just gonna run down there. I'll see if I can get a reaction out of the guys. And unfortunately, Ozzy got a picture of it, and he put it on Twitter and sent it back to Butler and my college Twitter page, and it got bad. Yeah.
You driving around in the car with this guy, basically in his underwear. What do you got to say about this?
I was asleep in the car. I didn't even know. I was asleep. What
happens if you blow out a tyre and you got to stop on the side of the road to change one? Are you doing out there in your skins, or you get Kevin to do it?
I think, what's that? No, it's 911 000.
Yeah.
I'd be calling that.
Mate, people get locked up for kicking around in basketball stadiums in their undies.
Yeah, I'm not doing it again. Trust me.
Okay.
It will not.
It would have been even better if you'd trained the entire session like that.
Someone told me to, actually.
Larry would have enjoyed that. He didn't really.
That's probably who said it. That's probably who said it.
It's not going to happen again.
All right.
Won't happen again.
Thank you, Jesus.
Nat, we've spoken about it in the news. Your thoughts on Kevin bust out the defibrillator Bartlett, what he said about a week ago?
Yeah, I think he wasn't too far off the mark, but a lot of positive things have come out of it. A lot of players are now doing set up their own media appearances. Wardow's been pretty much hard at it over the past week, pretty much since he said those comments. So Tommy Greer, went back onto the same radio station, I think it was SEN in Melbourne, and had a rebuttal. And so I think whilst he was sort of on the mark on some things, it was obviously a lot of misinformation on other things, and you should probably just stick to whatever he does now after AFL. I mean, I didn't even know who he was until that happened. And I said on Twitter, who is this guy? And everyone just blew up me.
All the Victorians have been giving you a very hard time about it. Well, is that a good thing now for players? And, obviously I wasn't around 20 years ago when I started, but the right of reply through social media. Yeah,
definitely. These days it's so easy for someone like myself even just to hit up someone for an interview or for anything really, and 99% of the time they'll reply back, or, it makes fans feel connected to the players, to the game, to the team, to even just get a retweet from one of their favourite players, and they just it sets their day up.
At Glenn Sav 12, you guys want to throw out surely you're hooked into the
I am. At Rotnei Clarke 15.
I'm not.
What?
I'm on Skype. That's it.
You're on MySpace, are you?
No, I'm on Skype. I only
People
do
think
Skype.
I'm still on
MySpace.
I only do Skype. I never had a Facebook, a Twitter, or Instagram, or none of it.
Okay. You single?
Huh?
That's probably why. Is it true that you fancy yourself as a bit of a barber?
A little bit. I mean, I can cut my own hair, and I'm pretty good with not messing up somebody else's head.
Is Rotnei going to let you cut his hair?
I don't know. He gonna bite.
Is there anything you can do for my head? I've got a head like a robber's dog. Is there anything you can do for this low?
Wash it. That's it. Wash it.
Okay.
Wash it. I can trim it down low. I got guided. I won't mess you up at all. I promise you.
Hawks centre Larry Davidson. Not only you fix up his hair, what's going on with that chin strap he's got going
on? It look good. It look, the old Sam. I like it. I mean, you say Larry a good guy. I like that beard right there.
He reckons he made it to the showers the other day. He had a baked bean still stuck in his lunch.
That's the aftertaste. Probably for the aftertaste. But you say he a good guy. That's probably his trademark. You know how like James Harden had the fro out, in the facial hair. That's probably his trademark.
One hell of a trademark that's going on there.
Yeah. Not nobody else can have it though. So that makes him stand out from everybody.
Right, fair enough. This is your little.
I knew you were gonna go.
I say,
what is that?
It's called a faux hawk.
A faux hawk.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a little something different for the game on Sunday. I'm probably not gonna go to this.
Come on home. We invite you.
You're gonna be on a road trip the whole time, so you guys are gonna have to be roommates to get him to fix up your hair.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
All right, back to basketball. Tough start to the season. Perth Friday, but then also backing up to get that the home crowd on Sunday against New Zealand.
Yeah, it's going to be good coming back home again. We've had a tough start to the schedule, and not only having one home game, and then we're going to have to get right back on the road after we have our second home game. But it's fun to be able to play at home. You have the atmosphere, you got the fans coming to the games, and like we did at the game, we encourage more fans just to continue to come, and we're going to play hard and we feed off that energy. So it'll be exciting.
Now, all the Hawks recovery sessions most of them take place at the beach. We have commented on your situation that happened at the beach.
Yep.
Confusing a belt for a sea snake.
Yep.
Do either one of you don't mind getting out there in the water, or?
I'll get out there far. Before I came, I was a little skeptical because of all the Shark Week things that we had back in the States. It makes it sound like great whites are just out there lurking, waiting for people. But I'll get out there a little farther.
Noah's Arks. We call them.
Sharks, yeah. We got you now. Yeah.
Kevin, what about you, mate? You get out there?
I'm not getting all the way out.
You go out there.
I'll go past my waist. That's how you say. That's if a wave coming. I'll be coming back the other way
I
towards
can
the
see
shore.
you surfing by the end of the season.
I would like to, though. I really would. I really would.
Some other stuff around the league. James Ennis has been outstanding so far, Nat. Is it just a matter of who's going to finish second in MVP votes?
Pretty much. It'll probably be AJ Ogilvy as well. He's playing pretty good, averaging double-double on like 4 blocks a game. But James Ennis, he's just looks so effortlessly. Like, he just goes coast to coast. Like, there's 5 seconds to go and he just say, I'm just going to score and get a buzzer beater and get the foul. Does it every single time.
You looking forward to that matchup?
Oh, I mean, bring it on.
I know you guys are going to be sitting back in that zone, though. You'll end up on him at some stage.
Yeah, probably.
You'll end up on the biggest player out there, I'd imagine.
Yep.
And Gordy's system, though, it is a pretty intricate system to catch onto. You've only been here for a number of weeks. How's that going for you?
It's going well. It's going pretty good so far.
Yeah.
So, like I say, I like to say, see by game, each game, play by play.
And what about you, mate? You got the ball in your hands quite a bit, so you also facilitate a little bit out there, as well as hopefully Reece Martin can get back to the form that he had last season.
Yeah, and he's helped me out a lot. I think the thing that's the hardest for me to understand right now is probably just, going through the offense and getting certain situations for different players to score off of. But, I'm getting it better every day.
And, some jerseys were handed out in the change room by some absolute legends of the game, of course, without a doubt. The thoughts on the proud history of the Hawks?
It's cool to be able to, especially me being my first year playing professionally, getting my jersey is pretty cool to me, and being able to play for the club. And, coming to this league, it's an exciting league, and that's why I came here. Yeah,
when are we going to see you finish on the rim?
Probably this next game.
Sort of easing your way into it a little bit?
Yeah, I'm easing my way into it, but probably this next game,
I know I mentioned that there hasn't been a swingman to pick the ball up full court for about 20 years. There hasn't been a swingman that can dunk the ball for about 10. So we would like to see you get some finishes at the rim, okay?
I sure will.
Nat, Channel 7's been showing plenty of highlights of the NBL. Channel 10 covers the NBL, but we don't tend to see a lot of coverage there. What do you think is going on?
Hopefully the NBL sort of see where, all Channel 10 shortcomings. They don't promote it pretty much at all. You watch Channel 10 or One, their sister channel, and you never ever see an NBL promo ad, or on the news, never see anything. The other channels seem to like it, yet Channel 10. So as an NBL fan, I don't care who shows it, just someone. And if it's the channel that has the broadcasting rights, I want to see them, pump it up a bit more and not just show it, half-assed as they do. Any
other big news you got for us? Any inside scoops you want to throw out there for us this week?
Really. We got Darnell Lazar has been kicked out. Jeremiah Truman's been put on injury waivers so Gary Wilkinson can come in and he'll be playing up against you boys next week.
Is that any issues you want to raise with the NBL point system, though? That he missed out by, I think it was at one point.
One point. Yeah, he did. That's probably where the NBL point system needs to be probably a little bit tweaked, but I don't think the NBL point system really keeps players out, or it keeps maybe those sort of players out, but it doesn't keep the sort of players that people think like Brad Newley. They think he's not coming back because the playing point system is stupid. He's not coming back because we can't pay him $300,000, $400,000 a year. So
fair enough. All right, boys. Well, thanks for coming on episode 2 of the Hawks Nest. Big weekend coming up. Perth, followed up by the Breakers at home. Thanks for coming on the show. That's our show for this week. We'll be back with a new show in 2 weeks on Friday the 15th of November. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and join our Dream Team group. A reminder that it's not too late to grab tickets to see the Hawks take on the Breakers this Sunday. There'll be tons of activities for kids. Get your tickets at tickettech.com.au. I'm Glenn Saville. You've been watching the Hawks Nest, and we'll see you next time.